Image Wound Heal Demo 1 TIFF is loaded into the viewer, and the wound healing recipe is loaded into the recipe console. A quick review of the image, and we see that we have a typical vertical scratch wound that is fully healed by the end of the acquisition series. We turn on the detection group preview by clicking on the little magnifying glass next to the detection heading. This creates a preview in the main viewer of only the first section of the recipe. Click on the 3 different preset buttons for detection to see which gives the best result. Here, we are only looking at detection. In the next step of the recipe, we will use a size filter to remove the small intercellular regions that are not part of the wound. We see that all 3 give a decent detection on frame 1. Let's go with low, as that is the least amount of detection outside the wound area. Turn on the preview for the filtering group and try the 3 different preset buttons. Here, we see that there is no difference on frame 1. If we go to frame 250, we see that the small wound region is filtered away if we use any value other than the small setting. In the bottom right-hand corner of the recipe console are the Apply buttons. Select Apply from Beginning. A small red bar appears above each frame as it is processed. When the recipe is done processing the image, the words Processing Complete appear below the recipe console. Let's play back the image to look at the results. They are excellent. If we open the chart function and select % area, we can see the increase in cell area as the wound is healed. On the spreadsheet, we have calculated the % area of the region covered by cells, as well as how fast that is changing and an estimate of the speed of the wound edge. We use the center point approximation, or CPA, to estimate the wound edge speed. These last 2 measurements are advanced measurements and can be found under the Advanced Measurements tab in the Measurements tool. Click on the ruler and go to the Advanced tab to have a look at these measurements. Load the image Wound Heal Demo 2 TIFF into the viewer. Turn on the Detection Group Preview and try the preset buttons. Medium is a good value for detection, but there is not a good filtering value. Small gives an extraneous detection on the first frame. If I switch to the medium value, then the wound disappears too early on frame 38. Let's look at the advanced parameters and see if we can fix this. Click on the icon in the upper right corner of the recipe console to expand the recipe. We see that each preset button was actually changing multiple parameters. When filtering changes from small to medium, our minimum size goes from 1,000 square microns to 10,000 square microns. Go to the first frame and open the Annotations tool. Then select the Region tool and draw a region around the false detection on frame 1. I get an area of about 1,500 square microns. If we set the min size to 1,800 square microns, then we will not see this detection. Now when we apply the recipe, we detect the wound as it closes all the way to frame 51, instead of it ending on frame 39, with the medium setting. An alternative to adjusting the size filter is to apply one setting for the first part of the image and another setting for the second part. Let's change the subset filtering back to medium and apply the recipe from the beginning, but pause on frame 35. Now I can change the subset filtering to small and click Continue. Now we can play back the image and see that we have a wound detection all the way through frame 62. We were able to get a good result on the first image simply by using the preset values. In the second image, we adjusted one of the advanced parameters. That concludes this video on wound healing.